Board of Commissioners Salary Board meeting. Call the meeting to order. Teresa, can we have a roll call?
Commissioner DeFilippo,
Present.
Commissioner Hertzler,
Here.
Commissioner Eichelberger, Deputy Controller DeGrosa.
Here. Thank you, Teresa. Is there any public comment? Hearing none, can we have a motion for approval of salary board actions?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments on the motion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have approval of minutes of February 13th. Is there a motion for approval? Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments on the motion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Is there any other business to be brought in front of the salary board? Is there a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Adjourn. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the regular Board of Commissioners meeting to order. Teresa, another roll call, please.
Commissioner DeFilippo,
Present.
Commissioner Hertzler,
Here.
and Commissioner Eichelberger.
Thank you, Teresa. Is there any public comment? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve minutes of February 9 and February 17?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the minutes of February 9 and February 13.
Is there a second? Any questions or comments on the minutes? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next, we have approval of personnel transactions. Is there a motion?
Move for approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments on the motion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have approval of resolution 2017-7, amending resolution 2013-23. Excuse me, by revising the coroner's fee for request for cremation authorization reports and related documentation, cremation authorization late fees, effective April 1, 2017. Is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to adopt resolution 2017-7, amending resolution 2013-23, by revising the coroner's fees as recommended by the coroner.
Is there a second? Second. Any questions or comments on the motion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have approval of acceptance of sub-grant award from Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency for Cumberland County Laboratory Accreditation. Is there a motion? We have a second.
Second.
Any questions or comments on the motion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have approval of contracts and grants, under 8.1 and 8.2. Is there a motion for approval?
Move for approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments on the motion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have approval to authorize advertising, an invitation to bid to provide internet connectivity to the Cumberland County Courthouse. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments on the motion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have approval of Horse Ridge right-of-way acquisition, support and supplement. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments on the motion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have approval of electronics waste recycling proposal to Sungate. Is there a motion? Second.
Second.
Any questions or comments on the motion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have several capital projects requests. First one is the planning department for Sheaford Road Bridge. Total project cost $22,500. Is there a motion?
Move for approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments on the motion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is recycling and waste department, electronics recycling, total project cost of $206,700. Capital portion, which will be a one-time expenditure, is $57,800, while the operating portion, which will be an annual amount of $148,800. Is there a motion?
Move for approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments
Just-
on? Yes.
Yeah, just one comment, Mr. Chairman, and I think it's important to put this on the record too, that, you know, this proposal for the establishment of a recycling center here in Cumberland County is and the cost of that is not going to be borne by the taxpayers in the form of a real estate tax contribution or tax assessment or tax increase. This essentially, you know, the cost that's involved here is going to be paid for by those who actually use the recycling facility, you know, through the 50 cent per pound fee that's going to be collected at the time folks take advantage of this. And again, I would just say relative to this entire issue that this is a temporary solution. We've been really lucky to get at least one company that's willing to bid on this, but this definitely remains an issue that needs to be addressed by the General Assembly, in terms of repairing, fixing the law that was intended to protect our environment, which actually now is damaging our environment. So just a couple of things, just want to make that comment relative to how these costs are going to be recovered. It's not going to be borne by the real estate taxpayers of Cumberland County.
Thank you, Jim. That's a good point. Any other comments or
I just
questions?
wanted to mention that the 50 cents a pound, that is not money that is coming to the county directly. 41 cents of that is going to pay for the commercial recycler who's going to take responsibility for these. And only 9 cents per pound is essentially being used to cover the county's cost for setting this up. Our folks have done a very good job of making this a cost-efficient proposal that, as we know, does not fall on the backs of the county property taxpayer.
Yes. Your comments, I really don't know what you're going to say, but that's correct. Again, this is not a tax. As people who want to use it, it will be there. We think people will have quite a response. And it's also open to folks outside of Cumberland County. So we think it's a good thing here to commend our staff for what they've done. They really, really worked hard to get this. And we're always forward to open this program probably late spring, maybe early summer. Okay. We have a motion and second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next, we have District Attorney's Office Justice Services, the new vehicle. Total project cost $35,779. Is there a motion?
So,
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments on the motion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, District Attorney's Office, vehicle for criminal investigation. Total project cost $36,044.20. Is there a motion?
motion to approve the new vehicle purchase for the district attorney's office.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments on the motion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we need an approval to appoint Board Query to serve as chairman of the Agricultural Land Preservation Board for 2017. Is it my understanding, gentlemen, that I am to make that motion as chairman, or can anyone do that?
Well, if I might, I'll make the motion if you're
Okay.
okay with that. I'd like to make a motion to authorize the chairman of the Board of Commissioners to reappoint Boyd Weary as chairman of the Agricultural Land Preservation Board for 2017.
Okay, there's a motion, is there a second?
Procedural question, I didn't think we needed an action on this. I thought this falls directly to the chair.
That's what I thought, I just didn't know.
Okay, well, there's no harm in us doing this.
Okay.
So although it really isn't binding, so I'll definitely second the motion.
All right, the motion and the second, all.
Yeah, just on, I mean, I don't have a problem with the chair doing it in the future, but I know in recent years, essentially, it was felt that, we should actually have a motion approved by the board to authorize the chairman to.
I have no problem with that. I think it's a good practice, and so we should do whatever.
Okay.
And it's the bylaws of the Farmland Preservation Board that actually requires the chairman to make the appointment.
Okay, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Therefore, I will make a motion to appoint Boyd Weary to serve as chairman of the Agricultural Land Preservation Board for 2017. Is there a second?
Also,
I would like to get you guys involved in it. All right, we have a motion, we have a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye. Motion carried. Next, we have approval of general disbursements, transfer authorizations, items 14A through G. Is there a motion for approval?
Move for approval.
Is there a second?
second.
Any questions or comments on the motion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next, we have JRI to support innovative policing activities, Cumberland County project to support municipal police accreditation. We received some information, I think, just a short while ago, and Rebecca, can you maybe bring us up to date?
Sure.
What's going on?
Last Thursday afternoon, I received some correspondence from our CJAP representative from the Chiefs of Police Association, Jim Adams, wondering if I could assist Silver Spring Township and the West Shore Regional Police Department successfully submit an application under this solicitation. They did not understand initially when they started that this had to come through the county to be able to access the funds. They attempted to go into e-grants and do that and quickly realized that they didn't have the right information to complete the application. PCCD required it to come through the county and have the approval of the CJAB. I've been back and forth with them. They've provided me with the text, which is what I've provided to you this morning. They sent that to me last night. I have most of the application completed. All those certifications are the typical certifications that PCCD requires. And I will be sending out, if you approve today our ability to submit this, a email vote for the CJAP to take, which is also included in PCCD's requirements that you may do that if you don't have a meeting scheduled in between the solicitation and its due date. What Silver Spring and West Shore Regional would like to do, they are both accredited for several years now, but they're getting ready to become re-accredited. They would like to purchase Power DMS, which is promoted by the PA Chiefs of Police Association as a integral tool in maintaining standards of your police department. It allows you to, it's a web-based cloud system. It allows you, I believe, to track training, test your department law enforcement agents on their knowledge of policy, and to provide online training for different municipal police that allows them to move towards accreditation and keep things more organized.
So Rebecca, are these the only two jurisdictions that are seeking this in the
Yes.
county? And is there a reason why others aren't?
I'm not sure. Those were the two agencies that contacted Jim for assistance. We have a limit of what the county can actually ask for, which is $58,000. Their request is approximately $31,000. I did put out to Chris Robinstein, who's the chief of Silver Spring, that there is additional money that if he was aware of any other chiefs that were interested, we could potentially help them, but I don't think that any have responded to that. This is non-competitive money, no match money. So as long as our application answers all of their questions, they will get the money.
But there's only so much money allocated for this county.
It's $58,000, but their request, the two departments requested less than
I
that.
did not have time to read this since it came in just a brief ago. So this is directly related to their departmental certification?
Yes, it allows them to keep track of training and different accreditation requirements
Okay.
that the Chiefs Association requires.
I'm not sure how long the certifications are for, but they're definitely multi-year, so
I believe
They were for 3.
about, well, they've been accredited, one of the departments says for 6 years.
Yeah, there's several police departments in Cumberland County that have this accreditation. Silver Spring lost their accreditation. When did they get it back?
Well, they don't make that reference in here.
And I mean, accreditation is something that's not absolutely necessary for a police department. Though it certainly has its benefits. I'm just surprised there's not other police departments that are
but
interested.
they may not have run out. I guess that's what getting at, because it's multi-year, some of them.
And I do know that
Probably not.
some departments, like Upper Island, already have powdered EMS.
Okay, but my bet is probably maybe 50-50 as far as police departments that have accreditation in the county.
So I think that the risk or the anxiety here might be in that if a fixed amount of money,
Mhm.
and we give some of it to these two departments, even though there's been some kind of checking with other departments, do we de facto deprive other departments of a chance to get access to these types of funds? Or would they be eligible next year, or how does it work? Well,
These are one-time funds, the JRI, and they must be expended by June 30th. If you would like me to put out an all broadcast to the chiefs, I could do that, but these are the only, every chief of police should have received this grant opportunity. These were the only two departments that reached out to me for help.
So it's 31,000 out of a total of 48 in the allocation. So does that money just, since it's a one-time only, that money just goes away?
Yes,
It's left on, and if we did approve this, all of it would be left on the
Yes.
table?
Just FYI, and we did just, I guess what concerns me is, we needed to actively, made this request Friday, when we put it on the agenda, as opposed to discussing workshop, so forth. But I was able just a little while ago to get through the PCCD, because what concerned me about this was, kind of generally speaking, have nothing to do with police departments. We're seeking grants on their behalf, and what I was informed, my contact with PCCD is this is an unusual situation that apparently does require the counties to go after the grants. So, so I kind of view this as this may be like a one-time situation from what I gather. I also know that I spoke to one of the other chiefs in our county who told me that he was aware of this, and I think this was announced apparently by the Pennsylvania Chiefs Association as to the availability of this funding, and I imagine that Chief Adams is he now the head of the Cumberland County Chiefs Association?
he is not the head of it, but he represents them on our CJAP, and that's for several
Okay,
years.
all right. So my guess would be is that other police departments may have been aware or should have been aware of the availability of this fund. So, but again, it is apparently, and I don't know that much more about it, but I just want to share that with my colleagues. I don't have a problem with this one-time situation. I had the same concern about whether or not, if we're going to be doing this on behalf of one or two departments, are we prepared to do it on behalf of all of our police departments? And, but apparently in most cases, while we apply for PCCD grants, for county departments, police departments are able to apply for PCCD grants on their own in most other cases.
But not in this situation.
Apparently not in this case.
Rebecca, so you're saying, correct me if I'm wrong, there's $58,000 appropriated for this,
51,287
all right,
for Cumberland County.
51,000 for this project for Cumberland County. The two police departments requesting this will cost, you say 31?
31,000.
Okay. Now, you also stated, I think, that all police departments in the county are aware of this program.
I stated that all police departments should have received from the Chiefs Association the solicitation.
Okay. So, and it's very possible that most departments who aren't accredited don't want to become accredited. So I guess what I'm trying to figure out for sure, were all the police departments notified? It sounds like they went through the Chiefs Association.
Yes. The original email that was forwarded from me by Jim was the actual announcement from the Chiefs of Police Association with the grant.
So if we approve this, it's approving them to go forward with the grant to try to obtain these monies.
Yes, what I've asked is that you allow me to hit submit tomorrow. Now, PCCD does not consider the application full and complete until they receive the signature page. What I've asked, because at your next workshop, I will be on vacation. I have asked the chiefs from both of those departments to come here to pitch this to you so that it can go through our normal process. After workshop and the next commissioners meeting, if you agree, you can sign it, and then we can get that submitted before the March 24th deadline.
So we have a meeting or two prior to that.
March 9th, I think, is your workshop.
Well, it's up to the board. If you guys want to proceed with this based on what I'm hearing, I'm okay if there's any hesitation. I
Actually,
don't see that would be a problem.
Actually, in the motion, it's not necessarily accurate either, because as I understand it, that this would be to seek grants for the purchase of what's called Power DMS, which is a software system that's used in part to support municipal police accreditation. My understanding is, talking to one of the chiefs today, again, just a little while ago, is that Hampton Township, for example, already has this Power DMS system. I don't know whether they're accredited or not, and whether they had secured a grant to move forward in the purchase of that. I'll make a motion to support the innovative policing activities to permit a couple of our municipalities to seek grants from PCCD for the purchase of Power DMS.
We have a motion. I have a question. Well, all right, we have a motion. Is there a second? A second. Any questions or comments on the motion? Keith, do we truly need a motion on this? Or can we just direct?
No, I think they're looking for the county's support
Okay,
for that. So you should do it, but
very good. All right, we have a motion. We have a second. Are there any further questions or comments? All in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. All right, regular report executive session was held on February 23rd, 10:05 a.m. to discuss personnel issues. Is there any other business to be brought on the board? Hearing none, is there a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
We are adjourned. Thank you.